So once we click save and continue, we're going to be taken to this screen right here. Here's my SKU number, title, Amazon barcode. Sure. Amazon will actually assign you a special barcode called FN SKU, which is right here. We included the UPC just kind of as a differential factor, and for the future, to have Amazon tie this UPC to this FN SKU that they're going to create for us, so that when we go off of Amazon, we can use UPC and FN SKU for Amazon, UPC for other things, other channels. Save and continue. This will take us. So this will take us to the fulfillment. Now, what happens here is we're going to create a new shipping plan. Okay, so once we've saved and continued our creation of the new product, we're going to create a new shipping plan / inventory. So after you've created your listing and you've gone through the previous steps that I've mentioned, you're going to end up with something similar to this. I actually jumped ahead a step. It'll just ask you the ship from address, which you will put in. I just made this one up. You're going to click here, create new shipment plan. And then you're going to choose either case packed products or individually packed products. And what is that? What do both of these mean? If you click here, you'll get all the info. So basically, individual products is if you're doing, let's say, retail arbitrage, or you just have like 10 different items, about 5 to 6 of each item. You're just like, let's say you're testing a very small market. You just want to kind of get it to, you want to get it there. To Amazon, you're basically going to have individual products where it's one box with a bunch of stuff mixed into it. This is not what we're doing. We're doing case packed products. In case packed products, we're basically going to have an X amount of earmuffs per box and then a number of boxes. So let's say in total we have 100 baby earmuffs that we're going to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 50 per case. Let's say, once again, the supplier is who provides this information. You're going to ask how many units, how many each individually packaged units you're going to put in a box. And let's say they say 50, or let's say they say 25 units per box, and 4 boxes. That gives us a total of 100 units. That's what we're sending to Amazon. So we're going to click continue. Here the prep is required. I think they mean the labeling and the FN SKU and everything like that. The merchant is going to do everything, because later on Amazon will just give you the labels to put onto your packaging, and we'll see that in a little bit. So prep may be required. Everything doesn't matter. So yeah, just merchant. We're going to continue to label products. So we're the ones who are labeling everything, and you can choose different labels. I just choose this, on basic US letter, and a lot of the stuff your manufacturer is actually going to be doing. So I wouldn't freak out about it too much, unless you're getting your stuff shipped to you first, in which case there's an extra step involved, but it's really not complicated. It's hard as going to get labeling paper from Walmart, let's say, or Staples or something like that, bringing it home, selecting the right kind of thing on Word, the right template to print it out on, copying and pasting the stuff that Amazon provides you, and then printing it out on the labeling paper and just sticking a label on it. That's it. That's as easy as that gets. So merchant. Now we're reviewing the shipment. Make sure that this is all correct. So here it is. This you don't have much of a choice with, because they actually choose the warehouse for you on any given day. So let's say it's in Shirts, Texas. That's the warehouse that they assign to you. And FYI, usually if you leave everything on default, they'll give you 3 different warehouses to ship it to. If you're dealing with like 100 units or even 500 or 1,000 units, that's a big pain in the butt. So in your settings, you can actually choose in shipping settings, you can choose an option. You can just Google, literally just Google how to get 1 receiving warehouse instead of 3 Amazon FBA. You'll get your answer there. So you want to go with just 1 warehouse. You will pay a little bit extra, anywhere from like 50 to a couple $100, but trust me, it's totally worth it when it comes to freight forwarding. you don't want to freight forward to 3 different warehouses, especially, 100 units. That's going to cost you way more in the long run. So, yep, I agree to this. Let's approve shipment. Let's go to that Texas warehouse. Loading. And here's our shipment ID. So sometimes freight forwarders specifically work with Amazon. They will require this ID, which you can always exit out of this and then go back to inventory and I believe it's manage FBA shipments. And you can always find this shipment. You can keep working on it. You can kind of come and go as you please. So we're going to work on shipment. Now here we have review and modify units, so you can review if you want. And this is where you choose a small parcel delivery, which is like, I believe it's 1 box. I'm shipping individual boxes. We're doing actually less than truckload because we are doing 4 boxes, but they're all the same thing and they're all going to the same place. That's what the manufacturer or the freight forwarder will tell you. Now, I know it says here I'm shipping pallets, shipment at least 150 pounds. So you want to talk to your freight forwarder, the freight forwarder that you will ask quotes from, and you want to ask your manufacturer. I did both times. I did this, and I do believe I did have more than 150. So perhaps actually in this case, I'm jumping ahead of myself. You want a small parcel delivery. And you will select here how you want it done. And like I said, I haven't really had much experience with small parcel delivery. I always went less than truckload, and I just had a freight forwarder. So maybe small parcel delivery, and choose one of these guys, DHL, Express, or anything like that, or just other whatever. And then shipment tracking, you're going to have multiple boxes. Skip provided box content. So you're going to have labels. You're going to have 4. So we're going to put each box going to be 20 by 10 by 10 by 10, and then in total we have 80 pounds. So it is less. And then we're going to do print box labels, and this is where you're going to send to your manufacturer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 box labels. Each one goes on the box. If you have different units, or let's say you have 2 different units that you're making 4 boxes of each, or 2 and 2, you're going to look for the FBA, shipment number, FBA, and the single SKU. I don't know why it is not provided. It was provided for me before. But yeah, you should have a single SKU. Perhaps I'll go back and review once again. So then you complete shipment. And now it's basically awaiting orders. There you go. It's as easy as pie.